Now, in our previous example for importing data into SmartSuite, we did not take a look at how we can update existing records that might already exist inside of our application. That's exactly what we're going to dive into in this training, so if that's of interest, stick around and let's get into it. Let's go ahead and hop on into my screen. Again, as a quick reminder, I am located in my solution of Sales CRM and inside of the application of Contacts. And I have a little spreadsheet over here saved as a CSV file. And inside of here, I have some similar information that I want to bring in and import into my example. But one thing I want to point out is I have some people on this list that already exist inside of my application in SmartSuite. Now, of course, I don't want to create a new duplicate record for that person. And in fact, I might decide that the information that exists inside of my spreadsheet here in my CSV file, this might be more up to date than what's inside of my SmartSuite. So I actually want to update those records. So let's take a look real quick and see which one I'm talking about. It's actually this one right here, myself. I'm picking on myself because I'm an easy target, and I'm going to go ahead and change or update this information into SmartSuite. Now over here, I have included my birthday and my department, and that information is not currently showing up properly in SmartSuite. So let's go and flip into SmartSuite really quickly and take a look at what we have there. In SmartSuite, if I find my particular record here, you'll notice that we don't have the full name, it's just my first name. I also don't have an account linked. I'm also improperly linked to the finance team, and I don't have a birthday here. So all of that information resides in my spreadsheet, and I want to import that, but I don't want to create a new record for Gareth. I want to update that data. So how do we do that? Well, again, starting through our import process, we're going to click on the application. We're going to go down to import data and select the file type that pertains to us. In our example, we're doing a CSV import, so I'll go ahead and make that selection. Now, of course, we have to select the file, so let's find it. It was saved to my desktop down here in Contact Example Data. And the key takeaway here is in the upper right corner, we want to smash on this little button that says Update Existing Records. If we hover over, we're going to notice that we can check this box to indicate that we want to update existing records in the application when there is a field match. Now, the key takeaway here is that there has to be some data that connects these two things. How do we know that this is Gareth in both cases, that it's the same record or should be? Well, I'll show you on the next screen. Let's first click on Update Existing Records. Once we do that, it's going to ask us, what is that field that we need to watch? What's the field that's going to tell us, hey, wait a second, this data already exists in our database? To find out, let's select here and see what we have. Well, in our example, we have the name field option and we also have the auto number option. So if we had either of these fields that was perfectly matched in both of our examples, and note that syntax will matter here, so case sensitivity and all kinds of things, we're talking about an identical match between these two fields. If we have that, then we know it's the same record, and we will not create a new record, but instead update the existing record. However, in our example, we don't have a perfect match because if we go back to the raw data that we already have inside of SmartSuite, we didn't have that information here for Gareth. His full name wasn't spelled out. So what I would need to do is first make sure that I have a match here before I can merge with that data. Once I have now properly matched these two fields, now that the name is identical in both cases, now I can move forward and start including this information. So let's first go ahead and go back up here to import that data and make sure that we turn on that merge again. And we're going to see that it brings in different information. So if I go to CSV import again, and once again select my proper file, I will find it on the list here of Contact Example Data. And once I've uploaded this, click the Update Existing Records again, and of course match to my name field, my primary field. That is exactly what I want. We can also check or uncheck to create unmatched records. And note that this says when it's checked, the system will skip any cells with errors, but it will import the remaining part of a record. The entire record will be skipped otherwise. So make your determination on whether you need this toggled on or off. I will keep it off for now, and we'll go ahead and save here. When I go to the next field, I'm going to again be asked to map. Let's go ahead and make those changes. So I believe I need to map to title here or to name. And company here is going to be, the company field is account in our example. And everything else looks pretty good except department is supposed to be team. Again, we're going to troubleshoot some errors in an upcoming video, so let's stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm going to click Next, and what I'm going to see on the next screen is how it's going to look at this information. And so it knows that Gareth already exists as a record, and so, of course, it's not going to create yet a new record, but will instead be merging that information with the existing record. So that is how we use the Update Existing Records toggle. Again, remember you can find that in the upper corner here. And if you ever need to make changes to it, you can always click on that setting icon and rewire or remap what that merge field is that's going to give you that match. Remember that that match is case sensitive and very specific, so you have to make sure that you have that information properly mapped and properly matching in order to update an existing record. If you have any questions about what we covered in this training, please ask them below in the comments section of this video. And until then, we'll see you in the next training.